Hi there and welcome to this video. Welcome to welcome to this video. In this video, I'm going to teach you how you can create an online banking website, a fully professional online banking website. And in this video, this is exactly what you are going to get. You can see how beautiful and how professional this site looks. It has lots of pages, and this site is used for majorly any type of online banking services that you want to carry out. And also, it really has lots of features. It has a robust sign-up page. It also has a dashboard, which you can see here. You can see it has different functionalities. It has the deposit, it has the domestic transfer, it has a wire transfer, and the wire transfer comes with uh, three types of restrictions like COT code, AML code, and tax code. These are restrictions that you actually need in your bank. Then we also have like a visual card. If your customers need a visual card, we also have a visual card functionality in the bank. So we also have different things. We also have different withdrawal methods. And in the different withdrawal methods we have, you can see we have Skrill, we have PayPal, we have BTC, Payoneer, Ethereum, and many other ones. So basically, this is a really robust online banking website. So if you want to know how to create this online banking website, what you can just do is follow me in this video. And if you want to gain access to the script, it's simple. Just contact us on WhatsApp or click on the link that is in the description of the video. Alright, welcome to the installation part of the video. Now in this part of the installation, we are going to try to upload the scripts. Now in case you want to have access to a server where you can upload the scripts, you just have to go to a site like hostinga.com, or you can go to a site like Namecheap or any other hosting platform that you use, and just get a cPanel, or if you use Hostinga, just get a HPanel. So far, Hostinga is very simple and very easy for the installation. So I would still recommend you making use of Hostinga. Alright, so let's proceed. So in order for you to install the script, all you just have to do is come here. Come to this option, you choose the website that you want to install the script. Come to this part that says File Manager. Click on it. Allow the File Manager to open up. When the File Manager has opened up, then you go and get the script. You select the folder, or you just upload it into the root directory, whichever one works for you. But me, in my case, I'm going to be selecting the folder. So I just click on the public underscore HTML, then I just go and okay, I have to create a folder. So let me just create a folder real quick. And I'll just call it online bank. Alright, so I've created a folder. So the folder is empty. So all I just have to do is just click on select, come to file manager. Sorry, just file, not file manager, file here. Click on it. After you have clicked on it, then you go to, in my case, the file is in my desktop. So I just go to my desktop and I just get the file. And make sure that it's in a zip file. When you download it, make sure that it's zip. Just upload the zip file. But if you don't upload the zip, it's not going to work. Then just open and it's going to be uploading. If you look at this now, you are going to see the file. Alright, the uploading is already happening. You can see it's very fast compared to some other servers, but it depends on your server. In some cases, your server might be slow, whichever the case may be. So the installation, the upload is already complete. So all I just have to do is click on it, right click, then go to the option that says extract. Then come to the option that says extract. In my case, I'm just going to write a full stop and click on extract. So when I do that, when I write a full, when I click the full stop, it's just going to extract the file in the exact file name. So I don't need this file anymore. So I just click on it, right click, and just delete it from the server because I don't need it anymore. Just delete it from the server. Then come back to the file, and I'm going to select everything here. Then I'm going to upload it to the main folder. So I just move it rather. Then move it to the main folder, then just click on move. So now that it has been moved, you can just delete this directory because it's empty. So we don't need any empty directories, guys. We just fill up our inode for us. So we'll delete this. Alright, so after deleting this, all you just have to do is like go to the domain. In my case, I'm going to open the location where this particular bank is, and you're going to see how it looks like. Alright, nice. So first of all, when you come to this particular place, you will see that if you just upload the script and you try to access it, just like that, it will tell you access denied. Now, why is it telling you access denied? It's telling you access denied because of the database. So in order to fix the database, it's simple. All you just have to do is extract the database. Okay, so let's access the database. So now that I've accessed the database, let me just export the database. So the database and the scripts are going to be in the same file. So you can just go take it from there and make use of it. So I'll export this database and I'll make use of it. So while it's exporting, let's me creating the database file. So you come here to database, just click on it, and when you click on it, you see this option that says create database, just click it. But before I do that, let me just get data, let me copy the URL and use it for the database name. So you click here, paste it or write it, and this is going to be a database name. Then the password, you can use generic password or you can just use one you could remember. Whichever the case may be, just create it then, keep the password like in your notepad, keep the password in your notepad. Then after you have also done that, go back to your database, you're going to say it's created. Just copy the database name. In my case, I use both the name of the user of the database, and also the database name stays the same name. So I don't need to like be going back and copying like for each of them again. I just usually do that, but in your case, if it's different, you can update your database accordingly. So after you have done that, you just have to come back here uh, into this folder. Now, the first folder you're going to edit, obviously, is the database file. So come to this include folder. Then when it comes to include, come to this part that says config. Now when you come to this part that says config, you need to change a few things. You need to update the name of your application. You also need to update the URL of your application. So let's start with the database. And remember, we copied the database name and we just pasted it in our notepad. So I just come back and copy it. Then I come back to the database name. So in the database name, I paste it there. Then in the database itself, I also paste it there. Um, paste. Then also for the password, remember we also pasted the password there. So just copy it and go back to the password and just paste it there. So we'll paste it here. So now that I've pasted it here, we can just save. So now that we have saved it, we can come back here, which is okay. We can now come back here for the URL. We're going to update the URL. So this is the URL to our application. So we'll just copy this. After I've copied it, um, you are going to go to your you are going to go to your config file and paste it there. Mm. So we're going to paste it there. Remember to remove the slash at the end. Then also the mail they are going to be using, you also have to update that. In my case, I'm going to call the mail online bank at chase.net. So this is going to be the mail I'll be using. And why am I using this mail? I'm using this mail because of the SMTP configuration. So bear that in mind. That's the reason why. Okay, it's supposed to be on. Yeah, okay, it's correct. So bear that in mind. So you have to create an email, otherwise your SMTP setting would not work. So bear that in mind so that you would not, you won't get into an issue. All right, so Now that we have saved this, if we come back here and run it, you are going to see that right now it shows, but it's just showing blank. So in order for it not to show blank, you need to upload the database. So this database that you know we have created, we need to open it up. After I open this database up, we need to go to our database file, copy that database, upload that database file that I exported, but it's going to be inside of the script. So when you purchase the script, you'll see all of them inside. So we just click on import, we click on this, then we go to our downloads, then you see the band, look at the database file here, then we just click on upload, then after you have done that, we just click on import. So after you clicked on import, if you go back, you're going to see that the website is working perfectly fine. Yeah, look at it. So you can see it's now working fine and it has now loaded successfully. Now, after we have done this process, we still have further configurations to do. The next configuration for us to do is to configure the email SMTP settings. So in order for you to do that, go to this option that says user class. When you click on user class, you will now be able to configure your SMTP configuration. So you just scroll down to the option that says that's line 80. From line 80, that is where you can configure your SMTP configurations. So let's just quickly go through that process so that you can easily do that when you have the script. So in my case, like I told you, I'm using hosting there for my own host. So I'm just going to set up the email and okay. All right, so since I'm using ChaseNet, what I have to do is just okay. Since I'm using ChaseNet, all I just have to do is just select the email that I want to select, then create an email account with it. So I'm going to create an email account, and I'm just going to click create. Now I'm going to give it a name. Remember that name I gave it in my. This is going to be the name of the mail. Then just click. Then the password, I'm just going to use the same password that I use for my database. That's the same password I'll use for it. So that I don't need to generate another one. So I'm going to paste the password, and I've pasted the password there. So I'm just going to click on create. So when I click on create, it's going to create the email for me. So right now, the SMTP configurations, I will also be able to like copy them. So let me show you where you can now get them. So the SMTP configurations are going to be somewhere down. Let me show you. Yes, it's going to be under this connect apps and devices. This is where it's going to be. So since it's going to be in this place, let's go ahead and create our SMTP, set up our SMTP inside of the server. So let's go ahead. All right. All right, the first SMTP configuration we're interested in is this one that says smtp.hostinga.com. So just click on it to copy. Then you come to user class. Then, like I told you, it's going to be in line 82, but the SMTP configuration settings down from line 80. But in line 82, we are going to see the part that says host name. You just click on host name, then paste your host name settings there. Then the username. Remember, we have our username and password already in our newspad. So let's go to our username and guess the username. So this is the username. Then we will paste the username inside of the part that requested for username. Then the part that requested for password, we're also going to copy the password and we're going to go there and paste it. So we now have the username and password pasted. Then for the port, we're going to leave it at 465. The SSL configuration, we leave it the way it is. Then this other one, you just like leave them the way they are. Okay, we need to set the from. the from user, and the from user is going to be this, so that when the mail is being sent, it should have an header of who is actually sending the mail. So come here and set it. So this is going to be the email of the person, and this is going to be like the name that is going to show there. This does not really have to be a domain, just the name like this. All right, correct. So this is the correct SMTP configuration that you are supposed to use. So while working with it, just pay attention to this SMTP configuration. Then all you just have to do is just click save. So after you have clicked save, what you now have to do next is for you to go back to another setting, and this is another SMTP configuration that you're going to make use of. So we're going to enter a folder that is called admin, so that we can set the SMTP for this. You also see a folder that says include. Go and click on the folder that says include. When you click on the folder that says include, you see this part that says admin class. Click on it and scroll down. Okay, before you even scroll down, you even see it at the top. You can set the URL and everything, set the SMTP configuration. So we're going to set this SMTP configuration and the URL just like we did for the other one. So as for the URL, you just come to this part and just copy the URL. After you have copied the URL, you come back here and update the URL that is here. And the reason for this is because you want to be able to receive mails also as an admin in your own account anytime someone like performs an activity on the website. So we have set that. We need to also set the host name. So setting up the host name is simple. Just come here, copy SMTP dot your host name, or you can just see the setting from here. Then we'll go to hosts. Then we'll just update the host that is here. Then we also need to set the username and password. So for the username and password, just come here and copy this. Yeah, this. So copy the username and password. Then we just come here, paste, and okay, for the password, we needed to put the password. All right, so we've been able to update both the username and the password. So let's set the header where the email is going to be sent from. So we know what that is supposed to be. It's going to be the domain name, email address. That is where it's going to be sent from. So, so this one is just going to be the name that's going to appear without a domain, which is this other one, the one at the right, this one here. So we just paste it. After we have pasted it, then we just save everything. All right, so we have pasted it successfully. All we just have to do is just click on save. All right, now that it's saved completely, what we can now do next is go back to the SMTP configuration. And what we can just do is like refresh. Then now, if a user creates an account, and if you see, if a user now creates an account, you will see that the user is going to have this particular, is going to receive a mail. But before we even go and create an account, we have further updates to do in the database aspects of the script. So go to your database, you know how to access your database, come to your website, you choose your website. In case you have multiple hosting plan, just choose the site that you want to choose. After you have choose the site, then go to your database. When you go to your database, you just select the database that you want to work with. For example, in my case, this is the one I want to work with. So you just click on enter phpMyAdmin and you should be able to have access to the database. So after you have done that, you want to come to this part that says just click on your database. Then first thing first, you want to make sure that you set your admin URL. So come back here. Now you should be able to update this admin details and update it to what you want. So in case you want to change the admin username, password, and email address, what you just have to do is you come here. This is for the admin login. This is the email that I set there. If you want to set something else, you can set something else. So in this case, okay, let me just set something else. Let me use this email address as the admin email address. Then I'll use this also as the password so that it should be different. So I click here, then paste it and replace. Then this also, I'm going to come back to the notepad, then copy the password. After copying the password, I'll come back here. And when I come back here, all I just have to do is, before I save, I have to come to this option that says password char. Then click on it, then scroll down and look for the option that says encrypt. Now, when I see the option that says encrypt, what I just have to do is, if all my settings checked out, all I just have to do is just to click go. And when I do that, the administrative settings for logging into the site is going to be updated. This is how you can update it and also save the details. Then the next thing for you to do is to come to this option that says settings. And when you come to this option that says settings, you will be able to update the email name, the website name, and every other configurations. So this is where the website name is going to be. So you can update it and put the name of the website, which is online bank. In your case, it will be the name of your site or whatever should be there. So I'm going to update this. Then the email address will need to be updated. So we'll come here and copy the email address. Then come back here and paste it. So when you do this, make sure that anytime you're copying any of these things, there is no space, because if there is space, sometimes it can cause issues for you. Then here is supposed to be your TDO code where you need to update your TDO code. And when you do this, your entire website is going to have your TDO code script on it. But in this case, I'm just going to delete it. But in case you want to put a TDO code, just come here and paste your TDO code, and it's going to appear in every aspect of the site. So after you have done this successfully, you just need to click on go so I can save the changes. So that is the first set of changes. The next changes you want to come and check out is, let's say, changes regarding your uh, your your users. Now in this aspect, you will be able to see your users' details. You'll be able to see all their details, their login, and all the rest. You can see all their information. This is where you can actually see all their information and make updates to their account. Or whatever the case may be, this is just the place where you can do that. So the next thing you want to do is come to settings. Okay, we have already done settings. Let's click on cryptocurrency. All right, so you need to click on cryptocurrency, and when you do click on cryptocurrency, you want to make sure that if there's any wallet address there, make sure you delete it. Pay attention to the wallet address. In case there's a wallet address there, please just delete it before you put your own wallet address. Pay attention to that so that you won't make any mistake. All right, so after you have done this, now let us go to our site. Let me just refresh. And let me try to, okay, first of all, before I try creating an account, let me just delete any user that has been in the database before, so that I'll just start from a fresh start. So let me delete this. All right, so I've deleted all the users that are supposed to be inside of the database. So let's come back to our login page and let's try to log in. Okay, first of all, let's try to create an account before we try to log in. All right, so this is the registration page. I'm going to now set my name. All right, so I've set my name, I'll set my currency, I'll set my account type, then I will change the email, and let me get the email I will use. Uh, Give me a sec. Let me get to my mail. All right, so I've gotten my mail. So let me just come here. Oh, I mistakenly closed the mail. All right, so let me fill in my details now. All right, so I've successfully created an account. The next thing we need to check is check our mail to see if we have gotten our account number. So I'll just refresh this because you will need your account number in order for you to log in. All right, in case you do not see your account number here, or if you don't see your account number immediately, you can also check your spam because sometimes if, okay, it went to the spam. Now it's normal because it's a new domain, they are going to definitely go to spam. But when you have received mail subsequently with it, those spam issues might come out. So just copy the account number. After you copy the account number, come back here, then paste it. So I use 1234 as my password, so I'll just say 1234. Can confirm it. Yeah. Then just click login. And when you click login, you would now be redirected to a page where you put in your PIN. So I use one. The PIN that is going to automatically be generated for you is also 1234. It's also going to be in your mail. So you see to tray 4. So you can just click it and submit. So the user is going to get all these details. Like if you check the mail, you're going to see this part that says PIN. So 1234 is the PIN. So you can see we are now getting access to the dashboard. Yeah, and here we are. This is the dashboard. So you can see how professional it looks. It looks very nice. We have the part where the user can deposit online, where they can just make any amount of deposit, let's say $500, select payment type. Now, if you are putting your wallet address on the admin side, they can choose the wallet address they want to deposit to and just make a deposit. And then you just need to like choose an image. And after choosing an image from your downloads, you can choose any image and just like accept or just click triple deposit and it's going to notify the admin in the admin dashboard that someone just made a deposit and you should go approve or disapprove it. Then we also have the domestic transfer. Now, the domestic transfer is a transfer that does not have any code. Basically, the transfer in this one, the transfer just goes. But if you come to the wire transfer, it has lots of code. It has Swift code and AML code. Now, these two sets of code are like restrictions that are put in order to make the user pay for each of these codes. So we also have the visual card. We also have visual cards in case your user's name card is also a kind of card. You can see the user's name is there, then the account number. This one is like generated automatically. So you can this is just something that we have also as part of the bank feature. With many more features, okay, if I come to the withdrawal, we also have different withdrawal methods and for example, you can see the withdrawal type. You can see we have Skrill, we have PayPal, BTC, USDT, Ethereum, Revolut, and Payoneer. So you can see these are like multiple like withdrawal methods, and you can see that it's way more robust and has lots of features. So you can use this script. If you want to gain access to this script, you can just click on the link below. You will see the part where we outline that this is how you can gain access to the script. You just click on the link and gain access to the script, or you can just chat us up on WhatsApp and we are going to give you access to the script. So that is just it. This is now the user dashboard. So let's try to access the admin dashboard. So in order for us to access the admin dashboard, you just copy the URL, then come back here, paste it, scroll back, then choose the option that says admin. Then choose the option that says admin. What's going to happen is it's going to like redirect you to the admin URL. So in the admin URL, remember we set the admin details from the database that time. So those login details we set, this is where you're going to make use of. So you just copy them, then come back here, replace this with the mail, replace this with the mail, then then we are going to all right. So if you want to log into the admin aspect of the site, all you just have to do is go to the URL. That is going to be your domain name slash admin. Once you just write that, you're going to get to the site. Like say, for example, look at it here. So your domain name slash admin, and once you do that, you'll be redirected to the factor you want to log in. So it's going to ask you for your email and password. Remember those details that we make update to, those details that we made update to. Hope you remember them, these details here. Remember, we made an update to the database, and when we made an update to the database, we made an update whereby we set the email address and we also set the password. So those details are what you're going to use in order to log in now. So let's log in. All right, so I'll paste in the, first of all, you paste in the email, then you go and copy that password, which is this one. Copy the password. After you have copied the password, then you go back there, you paste it. So when you paste it and click on login, you would now be able to see the user dashboard. All right, now welcome. So you can see that this user has, this account just has one user, and you can see the dashboard and everything. So you can see the way the dashboard looks like. You can see that it's a very nice and beautiful dashboard. So this is just how the script is. So for this dashboard now, you can manage the user. Let's say, for example, you want to manage the user. You just go to the option that says all user. When you get to the option that says all user, you will be able to see this is the accounts that we created, James Huggins. You can see the account number, the currency type, and if the account is active or is on hold. They also have the account type and whichever details that you need. We also have the aspects where you can see the part where the account number is listed, where the user can upload their profile picture. Then, as for the restrictions I was talking about, we also have the option where you can enter the COT code, the IMF code, and the tax code. So these are the restrictions that are actually necessary for you inside of your bank, and we all have them here. There also are the parts where the user is going to like see all their transactions, or even you yourself you can see the transactions and make updates to it. We have the credit and debit transaction. The credit and debit is the transaction that you want to like credit the person's account and you want to like debit the person's account. Whichever the case may be. Alright, let's try crediting this person's account so that you can just see for the video. So you see this option here that says users, click on it, then go and click on the option that says credit debit user. So when you get there, you can select the user. In our case, we have just one user, which is James Agins. After selecting the user, just put whatever person you want to put from. You can say admin, you can say account manager, whatever you want. So let's just use account manager. So the amount we want to put $5,000. Then the description will just be test transaction. That's what we want to do. So the good thing is the date, you can specify any day. You can specify it to be tomorrow, to be in the future. Whichever the case may be, you can just specify any date, and that is what is going to be there. You can also specify any time. So you can put any time at all that you want to put the transaction to be. So you just go and say credit user. All right, nice. So the user has successfully been credited. So let us try logging into the user's account again, and let's see if you are going to see the transaction. So for the user to log in, remember you just go and you will go to the main bank and you will click on the bank, that bank button that is there. Let me show you again. So you click on the bank button or the option that says banking, click on it or any of the buttons. Then you're going to log in with the account number and the password that you set while creating an account. All right, so we have logged in. So let's put in the PIN. All right, so you can see it now. We just logged in into the user's account, and you can see in the balance that we have $5,000. So this is a very uh, good and fully functional script. You can see that it's working very well without any bugs at all that is preventing it from working fine. So now, let's say, for example, now the user wants to like withdraw the the money, which is the $5,000 from his account. What the user will do is there are several withdrawal methods here. We have the option of crypto. There is crypto withdrawal here. The person can just come to this option that says withdrawal and come and select crypto here. Either I put in his Skrill account, his PayPal account, his BTC, wallet address, or anyone. But these other ones now, they do not have restrictions. These other ones, what happens to them is when the user places a withdrawal, it just simply says on the dashboard that this particular transaction is pending unless the admin change the status of the transaction. Either he approves it or disapproves it or whichever the case may be. But now if the user come and select this wire transfer, what happens is the user would be able to, for example, there's $5,000 in the account, so let me withdraw $100. Then also, let me specify the account name where I want to withdraw it to. So I'll call it Demo Bank. Then name is going to be Demo. Then I'll just specify a random number for the account number. Then the country, I'll just choose any country. I can put any shift code. Then routing number, I can just put any routing number. Then account type, I can just put any one. Narration, I can just say demo. But now, when a user creates an account on your site, or when they create an account, there's something you have to make sure is set. before they should use the broker. Make sure that you go to this option. See this part that says COT code, IMF code, and tax code. You have to make sure that you put in a code there. Now, why would you want to put in a code there? This is the part where the restriction is. Those restrictions that you actually need, this is where they are. So you have to make sure that these restrictions are actually there. So in my case, I've just used 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I would not advise you to use the same number for the restrictions. I'll advise you to use different numbers. But for this video, I'll just use 1, 2, 3, 4 for all of them so that I can easily remember it and we don't need to come back again. So after you have set the COT code, the IMF code, and the tax code, what you have to do is click on save. All right, so you'll come and set your COT code. So in this case, I'm just going to use 1, 2, 3, 4. IMF code, I use 1, 2, 3, 4. Tax code, I use 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, why am I using 1, 2, 3, 4? In this my case, it's just a demo and a demonstration, so I don't want to be going back and forth to check the number. But in your case, you have to use different numbers so that they will not just go and just enter all the 1, 2, 3, 4 for all of the code. So use different numbers and click on save. So when you click on save, you allow it to save, then you go back again, then you scroll down. Now you want to make sure that this option that says billing status also should be active. But if you don't allow the billing status, they will not be able to place a withdrawal. So after you have done that, you scroll down, then make sure that the person's account is active, the billing status is active, the transfer code status also should be active, because if that is not active, they would not be able to place the withdrawal. Then you can just confirm again if your COT code, IMF code, and tax code are actually there. So now it's time for the withdrawal. So I just come back to the user page, then I just click on transfer. So you just wait for it to load. All right, so after you fill in the detail, just click on this option that says transfer. So now it is now asking them for the first set of code, which is the COT code. So remember, I've already set the COT code in the admin dashboard, which is here, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just going to put 1, 2, 3, 4 in the input box. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and click on continue. Now it's not asking for task code. So you also put 1, 2, 3, 4. Then the next thing is going to ask for is the IMF code here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So in your case, make sure you use different codes so that it seems like they won't gain access to all the code. So at the end of the day, when they've been putting their 3 sets of code, it's going to ask them for their PIN. Now, how will they access this PIN? Or it's more of an OTP. For them to access this OTP, they have to go to their email address. And when they go to their email address, they can just type their Gmail or anything at all they use for logging in. Then they go into their email mailbox. When they get to their mailbox, what they just have to do is they should look for the most recent transaction, which is this one here, this credit notification. They should click on it. When they click on it, they should scroll down, down, down. Look at it here. Let me zoom in so I can see the code. Now look at it. Dear James Agins, you just made a transaction of $100 in your account. Kindly make use of this code to complete your transaction. So you can see, so this last set of code, which is like the fourth code, is going to be sent to their email address. So since this code is going to be sent to their email address, this particular one, you don't need to like hide it or something. If you send to their email, then they will now come and put it inside this mailbox. Then they just click on submit. So after they click on submit, it will now bring up the transaction processing page. So you tell them that they should not close this page, they should just leave it open. And when they do that, the transaction is going to process. It's going to take a few seconds, like let's say maximum 30 seconds, but it's not even going to get up to 30 seconds, and the transaction will be completed successfully. All right, so look at it now. It has now brought them to the transaction successful page, and you can see that the account status here is not. It did not just tell them account or transaction successful. It only tells them that okay, your transaction is in progress, and they can also print out the receipt as a PDF and save it. So we will go to our admin side. If we go to our admin side, and if we go and check on the option, the transaction, another transaction record, go and check on the option that says wire transfer or wire transaction. You will see that there is a transaction that just happened now. And look at it here. James Organs $100, and you can see the transaction is in progress. So what I just have to do is just click on view, and when I click on view, I will now come to the option where I can accept, reject, decline, and do anything I want to do with it. But in this case, I'm just going to accept it so that you can see the balance reduce. All right, so the transaction has been approved successfully. So if the user should go to his own dashboard now, you will see that the balance has been reduced. All right, so we withdrew $100 from $5,000, and you can see it is now $4,900. So this is the power, or this is the um, so this is the okay, so this is the functionality that this our online banking scripts can give you. You can see it's way more robust than this. I can't like cover all the features inside of this video, but just to tell you that the script is actually very robust, and we can always add further modifications to it for you. So let's say you want to change the color, you want to change some functionalities, you can always drop a message on for us on WhatsApp, and you can explain to us the type of modifications you need on top of the script. So if you want us to change the images, you want us to change anything, just reach out to us, and we are definitely going to be of help to you. So that's it for this video. Hope you found value, and I'll see you in the next one. Also, do not forget to subscribe so that you can always get good and better value anytime we upload a new video.